Yay, everything packed and ready. I'm so excited. I waited for 2 weeks now for this adventure to begin. I will go to Arjeplog, to the famous Silver Museum, and I will visit a church town in Arvidsjaur, and I will go to the Storforsen, the wildest river of northern Sweden. I'm so excited. And I take you along with me. I'm just having a little break on my way to the Storforsen. Look at this. Isn't it amazing? Very nice. Just collecting a little driftwood. I really love this. This is really a nice view. It is 1:15 in the night and it is so quiet, and look at these blue and dark tones. The world is sleeping. Good morning. It is quite stormy today, and I'm on my way to brush my teeth on the beautiful lake. And although the sun is not out, it is quite windy, but it is so beautiful. I'm on my way from Arvidsjaur to Arjeplog because I want to visit the Silver Museum there. It is quite a little museum, but it has an extraordinary exhibition about the everyday life of the people here, the settlers and the Sámi. And one very special thing is that they have a very, very nice collection of silver jewelry, traditional ones, which is a little different from this you might know. Let me show you. I will be there in, I think, 2 hours because I have to drive 60 kilometers about through the most amazing landscapes. I will take you along. The road is so amazing. It is so beautiful, and you have the most fantastic views. I'm awestruck. But there are a lot of tourists around here, and mostly Norwegians, because the street comes from Norway and goes to the Swedish coast, and I'm not used to this anymore. But yeah, you have fantastic views. It is very amazing. Yeah, I'm on my way back now from Arjeplog to Arvidsjaur, and it was a very nice. I hope you liked my little video from the museum, and I discovered just this beautiful lake. It is so big and so nice. And I just saw a rainbow, but unfortunately, when I picked my camera, the rainbow was gone. But I saw it. It was very beautiful. It has become quite cold and quite windy this evening. What a day, what a view. Huh. Yeah, as I was in Arjeplog today, I was in the Silver Museum. It is also mostly about the Sámi people and especially about the silver they are wearing. And you are maybe mistaken that the silver were made by themselves, but it isn't. It was traded on the routes to Norway or to southern Sweden. And of course it was a status symbol. It is still today. Most of the symbols are Sámi symbols on the jewelry, but some are also Christian symbols because the Sámi were forced to be Christian people since the 18th century, and but some of the jewelry dates back to the Middle Ages, and this was way before they became Christian. Oh, what is this? Two goose. Do you see this? I don't know. Do you see? Yeah, you see, it is summertime. We have end of July, and everything is green and vibrant and alive. So you can hear the waves and you can hear the trees, the wind in the trees. When you go to Arjeplog, the road from Arvidsjaur, it is so amazing, and you go through the wilderness, and it is Mur on the right and left side of the way. It is so wild and so beautiful, and you have the trees and the trees. You have the mountains in the background. It is very amazing. It is stunning beauty. But in wintertime, I have been here in wintertime a lot, and then all the lakes are frozen, all the trees are frozen. You don't hear anything. Now you hear the waves and the trees, but in wintertime everything is like sleeping, and you have a lot of snow, maybe like this. And imagine living here all year long, and in former times where the road hasn't existed. It was only you, the reindeer, and your ski, and you could go over the lakes or over the rivers to get somewhere, and it was easier to go from one place to another because everything was frozen and not so wet. So you could cross a lake, for example. You didn't have to go around, which was a very great help to get from one place to another. And when you travel here, it gives you a feeling and shows you how small you are, and you're just one tiny soul in nature. Yeah, today is the second day of the cultural adventure here in Norland, and today I take you along to a very roaring river. It's the Storforsen, and in the middle of the river there is a stage, and there is a dancing performance today. I'm really excited to see it. I was there 2 years ago and it was amazing, and I hope it don't rain today. but it is supposed to, but until now the sun is out. This is very good, and I will see. I'm very excited to show you. Let's go. I am on my way to the stage now, and I'm really excited, and we don't have rain, as you can see, and this is very, very nice. We have no seats in front of the stage. It's only stones in midst of the river, and I'm really excited to see what's happening now. Do you hear this roaring sound? This is the waterfall. I'm right beside it. It's amazing. Look. This is the Piteälven and the so-called Storforsen, which drops here, I think it's 80 meters on the last part. And you see it is very wild and very, very dangerous also. And it is so impressive. Today I'm in a Sámi church town, another one. It is in Arvidsjaur, and you can see the supply buildings here, the ones, and you can see the quarters, the kotas, where the family stayed when they went to church here. And look, it is very impressive. The buildings are built on like poles against the insects and against the mice, and you have different kinds of stairs, and it is very interesting to see how they are all built. When you walk between the old buildings and you can touch the timber, you can almost smell it, and you can feel the stories which people have told themselves over the last hundreds of years. You can feel the life which is inside all these buildings, and you can hear the laws of the tales, the celebration, also the sadness, and it is really impressive to be here. So the square buildings here, the little ones, which are not the sheds, are the goatje. They were like the kotas, the round ones from the South Sámi people, but here they have the typical form of the kotas of Norland, of the forest Sámi of Norland. And mostly they were made to hold two families which stayed there. Here you can see that the kotas have a slightly other shape than the round ones you already know. And you see how they are built. You have birch bark, which provides the kota from the rain. And on this birch bark you have wooden poles which are heavy, so the birch bark won't fly away when it is windy. So my friends, I hope you enjoyed our little adventure. I hope to see you again in my next video. And if you liked what you see, please hit the subscribe button. I'm very thankful for every person who joins our little community. And if you want to see more of this stunning beauty and amazing wilderness, then click on the playlist or have a look at my related video. See you next time. Bye!